Hold on, I'm just gotta come out of my spa treatment. Chewbacca. The SR2s are very chill, Chewbacca. I know you're just gonna wander around out to pet her. If you see me doing this a lot, it's because I'm petting the cat. There we go. So iBasso SR2. I did the iBasso SR1s, and I brought them up on Amazon. And honestly, they were so close to like being great. Strangest build of any headphone I've ever reviewed. Like when you like the diagram of them like blown apart. I don't even know if I can get this open. Like how they were constructed was just like, haha. I don't even grasp it. Like the multiple rings, and then it had the things holding the cage, and the cage was around the driver. And it looks so fucking cool. And they were built like they were designed to go into space. Like they were designed to be in 700 Gs re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. And they're still for sale, $399 on Amazon. And I don't know if I tell anyone to buy them because I don't remember how they sounded. And what was their parting gift? They had a silicone suspension, MMC connectors. That's right, they had the MMC X's that went up and clicked. It was weird. So Hi-Fi Go has these new ones, and they're $570, which is not like a cheap amount of money. Yeah, I know, baby. Come here. Come here. I'll pick you up. Oh, you're fat now. You fat girl. $570 for these. And someone sent them to me, and I'm like, all right, I did the SR1s. I should probably do the SR2s. She's so happy to be here. And I've used them in a couple of reviews, and I was like, all right, where? I always got to figure out the thing. Every headphone on that wall has a thing, one thing that is more important and more impressive than all the other headphones around it. I just need the one thing. Zeos, you love everything. No. I love everything. The thing that is the one thing. I find it, I hold it up. Why is Chewbacca the best cat? What's the thing, baby? Oh, because she doesn't act like a cat. Most of the time she acts like a dog. A loyal dog. Right? I'll put you on the floor. You're going to be okay? Anyway, that's her thing. Everything needs a thing. Whether this monitor is because the bezel is exactly the same dimensions around the entire thing is the thing. Maybe that's the thing. Now, the Rebel lamp, maybe it's the green. Maybe it's just the knob of the Rebel lamp that is the thing. Whatever the thing is, you got to grab onto it and hold onto it forever. That's how marriages work. You find the one thing, and no matter how bad the rest of the shit is, you just hold on to that one thing, and that's all that matters. So what is the thing of these headphones, Chewbacca? She's way too chill. I should just stop the camera and give her like 20 minutes and see if she's not here. But I'm in the role, baby. I don't think anyone bothered. If you've never been to a Z Reviews, hi, the cat isn't usually in my arms, but she's old and she's just getting over taking a bunch of antibiotics. So she's feeling better, and all at the same time, she's like, not worse, but like fucking just wants to be held. Anyway, her white blood cell count is back to normal for now. We'll see how that goes. I had to figure out what the thing was for the SR2s. And it could be that I'm going to pick it up, but it rotates. It's very pretty. It's very pretty, giant. Like that is, the back of like the X2HRs, like where are they? They're over there somewhere. And it's like, oh, it's a pretty nice big grill. Well, this is like 50% larger than that. The whole headphone is pretty goddamn huge. I'm putting you down. You ready? Oh, no? No. This is a cat that you didn't used to let me pick her up for 20 seconds last year. We moved to this house and she gets old and she's like, touch me. They are a lot less interesting than the SR1s, but at the same time, simplicity is good. Simplicity barely breaks. I mean, you have a brick that you like, you get your child a brick to play with, a big red fucking brick. You say, here's a brick. Its name is Timothy the Brick. And see how many years your kid can play with that brick before that brick needs to be replaced. Actually, bricks are pretty brittle if you smash them on the ground. I don't know, cast iron pan or something. So simplicity is good. It's just a simple aluminum cylinder. Thank you, Chewbacca. Big grill in the background. Metal here. Metal. Very lightweight. I'd call this the Mr. Speakers style suspension. The only caveat being it slides up and down on this. And then this is actually a block that you can also slide. And that's sort of like, I put it as the secondary lock. So when you find your exact perfect position, you put it there. Also, this head strap is a 1/4 inch thick. That's not a little, that's a lot. This is like fucking rough cowhide leather up top and just soft suede on the bottom and stitched. Every part of it is like, oh, that's beautiful. That is at least Mr. Speaker's nice. In fact, some of these parts I think I like more than the Mr. Speaker's parts. She will fold flat this way with the right hand cup on the right hand side. She will not fold flat this way. She stops there. Whatever reason that is. I'm glad it doesn't spin around 360 degrees. That would be stupid, wouldn't it? Your R&L indicators are in there. Everything's very small, very finite, little tiny screw holes and pins and hex, all to hold this together. It's very, very classy. The plugs. Oh my God, are those 3.5 millimeter? What is this garbage? What year are we in? Oh, a good year, because this is what I want. I'm not upset by this. If the company's watching this, please continue to put 3.5 millimeter, which means you could put a different wire on. But I'm not putting a different wire on because this has both red top and bottom. So the red plug and blue plugs stick out. And then it goes to, look at this. Essentially the wire I just asked everybody for. This is a 4-wire silver, essentially IAM cable. Goes all the way down to this fucking stellar looking, it's just the aluminum that matches the aluminum, and this unscrews and it's got a bespoke matching 1/4-inch adapter. Unfortunately not 2.5 millimeter. I feel like if they made the wires 2.5 millimeter and then somehow created a screw-on 4.4 or screw-on 1/4-inch, which is doable, that would be the end result. That would be the end game thing. And I've got them plugged into, and this is important, to the A90, which is a very linear amplifier. Because, like the wallpaper is shown, these are a very, very, very soft, chill, relaxed, just... I was playing Ministry, Bad Blood, which is not spa music. And there was a couple songs shuffling, like Rage Against the Machine. Where you put on the thing. You want to know what the thing was? I didn't tell you the thing. I have never heard a set of headphones that is so fucking chill. Like Rage Against the Machine, Calm Like a Bomb. I would admit, I started this review, it's late in the day, I was doing things, I just had a steak for lunch, it was so good. Apparently a squirrel made a nest in my barbecue. If you follow me on the Patreon, you're like, what the fuck is this? A whole paper towel roll was placed in a little nest formation in my barbecue. It was so cute. I got rid of that, and I'm kind of tired. I came down here. It was time for the final listen and to give these their review. And I'm sitting here with my eyes closed because I'm just like, just listen to the headphones, CS. You need to get your impressions going. And music starts shuffling. And music shuffles all the fucking time. That's how I listen to music. Almost never will I go, I want to hear this album in its correct order. It's always just shuffle, whatever. Up, down, left, right, anime soundtracks, movie soundtracks, classical, rap. It just all comes to me. And I never had to like adjust myself or my eyes or I never felt out of place just wanting to take a fucking nap in these headphones. Now they're almost $600, so they're not just like some cheap $200 headphones and Zeos can just go fuck it, whatever. The silicone suspension, the carbon fiber diaphragm, and the Tesla driver. And that's a scary, when you say Tesla, I think Beyerdynamic, and I don't think about new Beyerdynamic, I think about old Beyerdynamic. Old, scary, take a shot of alcohol Beyerdynamic. And absolutely nothing happens with any sort of offense. And that's a flaw, because at some point when really, really calm music comes on, you're just like, oh, that's a little bit too sedate. But if you're someone who has, I'm literally going to sell these headphones to people who hate fatigue. These are an anti-fatigue headphone. And that's it. That's all they need. That is their thing. They look super duper fuck you open. They're not. Semi-open. You put these on, these look like you're just going to hear everything right through it. You put them on, your voice is muffled like this. I'm like, what? And then you check the webpage, and the website's like, yeah, semi-open. So, I mean, I guess they did this for looks, because it obviously is, it's so weird, because I could just see there's a grill inside there. Then it's like a 3D thing where I could see, it looks like there's a cylinder in it. Yeah, no, you can't, you put these on, and it's pretty much a muff. These are sound deadening. I wouldn't even classify these as open back. Honest to God. They look it, they're not. So you got a closed back. Very comfortable. I didn't even talk about the pads. Like, look at these micro perforated pads. Just soft as a fucking bunny's butt. Just slow memory foam. Everything about these headphones exudes the fact that I want to go to fucking bed in them. Just put them on. The memory foam warms up and softens, and the pads are just perfect size and depth and angled. The wire calmly drapes over whatever you need it to and just floats. I've got it on the A90 because I had it in the Rebel amp and it was too soft. It was like, that's what I usually like the Rebel amp for. Many of the GSX Mini or the Singzer, those are amplifiers that soften up a headphone. And that's my preferred sound. But when you have a headphone that is basically just melted chocolate ice cream, just pouring over your eyes, just pour it. And it's just, oh God, just letting it drip into your mouth and you don't care. It's just you're naked. You're naked on a beach, but it's not hot. It's not hot like the beach. It's like room temperature beach, and the sun is behind a tree, and there's a gentle breeze, and just pouring chocolate ice cream all over your fucking face. That's what these sound like. Find that review not done by Zeos on the internet, and then I'll sue them. Yeah, I it's just such a fucking experience. It's fine. I love these headphones because they are a different experience than every other headphone that I've had lined up forever. Gold planars and the Hemps, and then I had all the different folk elves, and all of those. I felt like an urgency to tell you how amazing this does this, or this does that. And these, I have no urgency at all. This is a headphone you want to put on the psychotic murderer when it's time for him to get locked away and he needs to listen to his tunes so that he doesn't murder people anymore. These are the ones. Because no matter how, let's see, what else we got? Un Loco Bruces. I got the whole Matrix Reloaded soundtrack. Hold on. If I get the volume just right. Like, this is... just right to dreamland. 9 Inch Nails, that's what was playing. I forget which one. Yeah, no, everything is just fine. Chocolate ice cream on my eyeballs. And I mean, we could try, I haven't put you in here yet. They're extremely easy to power, by the way. I had the Rebel amp on medium gain and at like almost 10 o'clock, and I just plugged it in and it went, low gain. Because that wasn't chill enough for them. Let's try this. Let's try high current. Not high gain, but high current. I'm actually attempting to find an amplifier here that is like harsh. If you have harsh equipment or amplifiers. Wow, that's so loud. Okay, hold on. Axel Foley from Beverly Hills Cop. The bass is coming in. I gotta explain the bass. So since they are not a closed back, but they're also not an open back, they actually have this strange phenomenon of like they sound like a closed back, or they feel like a closed back, but they have very good width. Like you can't have a relaxing headphone if it's all crammed in your eyeballs. So the fact that it's like spread out, giving you a decent amount of just play. I don't know how much I could play because I've gotten copyright matches for just playing in my headphones now. And it's like, that's great. Thanks for being patrons, everyone who is. Like when you turn it up, when you have something like this and you turn it up, which is a relatively quiet song, the low end is just like, it's so tight. I think it's got to do with that. So it's got to do with the carbon fiber diaphragm. And then the silicone surround, which I don't feel like silicone should be like a selling point. Like, why isn't everyone using a silicone surround? It makes sense to me. It's a very fine, rubberized structure. You'd want it in there. And then they put the Tesla driver, which is super heavy duty magnetic, make him super efficient. And you got a nice, thick, punchy low end, but not sloppy. You need a little power you need a power to get the bass out of it, but you're never going to want to push them super fucking hard. What else do I got? Ooh. I'm trying to think. I want to compare these to like IEMs. Like I almost want to compare them to like the OH10s. And I don't do that. And I hate doing that because then people will be like, well, Zios, I like this pair of speakers. Can I find IEMs that are this pair of speakers? Like, no, you can't. But these feel different. These hit differently than most headphones that I've been listening to. So they're automatically getting a fucking place, not on my wall. I don't own them, but they're getting a place for me to like say, okay, these, like the Harmonic Dyne Zeus up there, are $350, so much cheaper than this, and are very wide, very spacious, and while still very detailed, they're a little bit more relaxed, a little more fun. And I would almost call those aggressive compared to these. And they're pretty much not aggressive. These are just that level of fucking calm your shit. Anything you put too loud will wake you up, though. So let's just get this right volume. Actually, let's put him back in the GSX. Get out of there. Where am I? Lower. So much lower. Oh, by the way, I try to do double DACs with the Musician Pegasus and the pre-production Musician Pegasus, and the volumes are completely different, and the delays are completely different between the two DACs. So if you want to know how a DAC can change, there you go. The original Musician Pegasus was sort of like a this is like a tester that they sent me, which is, by the way, much smoother fascia features than this. This is much sharper. I also like the look of this one better. That's even softer. How? Oh. Now that chocolate ice cream's got fudge. They've got enough imaging and enough soundstage for me to call them out as like, okay, these are extremely wide, extremely I don't want to say detail, that's not the word. That's not the word I'm looking for. Spacious. They sound like an open back, but they are essentially a closed back. That is a lot. They have a lot of foam coming over the back of it. So it's like I can hear myself, but it's very muffled. Maybe not truly closed muffled, but if it's semi-open, it's very, very semi-open. And then you got the detail, which is just enough. And that's all I want from some fucking headphones. If you want a headphone with lots of detail, there's plenty of fucking options. You don't have to get these. This is for someone who's just like, no, Zios, I'm just tired all the time. All right? I drive a Harley Davidson or a Kawasaki Ninja home, 2 hours commute from work, and it's like, wah, 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 and I just want to come home and I don't want to listen to anything that's going to remind me of that event. These are just the biggest, chillest fucking bubbles. I want to be inside of them a lot. Especially today, a day like today, because it's 60 degrees out, the heater isn't running, the doors are open, the birds are chirping, there's a gentle breeze. I wish I had a hammock, although it would be hilarious to watch me get in and out of a hammock. Support on Patreon and subscribe star for me to buy a hammock, and I'll try to get into it on video. With the camera on my head, obviously, for lulls. These are hammock headphones. That's it. That's where we're going with it. You could absolutely use them outside too, because I mean, if we close them together, that is not so loud that it would like bother. If you're walking down a store, yeah, that is loud to me. I could live with, volume goes somewhere. I could live with like that volume. That's barely anything. So you could take these outside and look fucking baller. Because they are, I will say, they don't have the complexity of the SR1s, but my God, did they have the simplicity of the SR2s. I think this would work. I think this would work as an outside headphone. You get a shorter cable, because it's 3.5 millimeter, you can do that. And you just fucking walk around and just shut the fuck up, everybody. Shut the fuck up. I just want to listen to my music. It's perfect. It's perfect. Everything else that I've reviewed in this price range, from the Gold Planar to the Sundara to what else is on my wall, to things like Zeus. The only one that I would compare, I guess, the Sivga Phoenix. This is like an extreme Sivga Phoenix, where that did dark and bassy. This sort of like neutralizes the bass, and probably I don't want to say dark, because then people get this vision in their head of there's nothing happening, and it's not that. It's just soft. It feels like the whole thing is made of silicone, a soft, flexible silicone. It's just like, look at me make the sound, making the sound go. So I do applaud gently iBasso for putting somehow flux technology, Tesla magnetic shit, and the silicone suspension. And I don't know if I hate or love this box, because it's like silver, but it's like it turns like impossible to see things in the dark. Why are you still down here? Go upstairs. There's a whole fucking world for you to explore. You own the mezzanine. Anything else that says it's interesting? They're 395 grams. They're like perfect weight for their size. Sometimes things are extra light. Sometimes things are extra heavy. They're 50 milliwatts rated power. Yeah, 24 ohms. Yeah, they're super fucking easy to drive. You could drive these with anything. I think that's another reason why I'm not really... Rebel amps a watt. That's 6 watts. Like, everything is just too much, man. It's too much. Too much. Slow it down. I did not try to tube these. I don't think they'll tube very well. Just simply because the higher the ohms, the more it draws out of the tube, so the more tubey it sounds. You put low impedance stuff, low like planars on there, it acts funky. Now, I think the owner, I explained, the owner asked what I thought, and I was like, they sound like this. I gave him a 2-sentence spiel like I just gave you. Well, I gave you like 300 sentences, but he's like, yeah, no, that's why I love them. I love them because they are just an unimposing. If there's people lined up at a party and you can look at their headphones to judge them, this guy, he's cool. He's a bit of a stoner. He doesn't want to get into fights. He doesn't care about your politics. He doesn't care about a fucking football game. He's just there to fucking relax. These are there to fucking let you relax. That, I had to find a wallpaper of a girl laying down, because standing up, that's too much effort for someone in SR2s. If standing up is literally like, fuck, I don't want to stand up, you buy the SR2s. They're your fucking headphone. They're kind of my headphone. I hate, if I'm in bed, I don't want to get out of it. But then once I'm standing, I stand for like 9 hours straight. So it's like, I'd love to complete the laying down process and put these on. So yeah, I did the sound demo for these a while ago, and I don't remember how it came out. I hope it illustrates a little bit of what I'm trying to describe. Which, by the way, the nice hard case with metal plaque card, and the Velcro thing to shove the wire in, which you're never going to use. Never put your wire into something so small. Always like loop your wire. I'd unplug it from here so it doesn't crash into the box. Yeah, it's going to crash the box. I wish they would have accommodated that too, because I hate taking the wire out and on, in and out and out. If they would have just accommodated that, just take this out. I don't think I'd change any aspect of this headphone. There's no reason to. There's nothing it's going to do better or worse. And we're done. The iBassos, in the spirit of the iBasso, I'm giving up. I'm giving up. We're done. We are done. I started this review tired. I was closing my eyes. It brought me through to this spark of excitement of like, oh shit. But now we're done. Now it's time to go to bed. Well, I mean, it's still like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, but why not? If you own these, you are in control of your own destiny. You just might get fired from your job or something. So don't let your headphones tell you what to do. I won't be responsible for what that shit they tell you. Wallpaper, description, very chill, very soft. That's what you want. You want that wallpaper, and you want these headphones, and any amplifier will do. Almost prefer a little bit like a little sharper amp. I wish I had a shitty amplifier that I could have tried it on. I might add a shitty amplifier to the rack. Please, suggestions in the comments. What is the worst amplifier that I could, like, not like gonna break headphones, but just like a shitty amplifier that isn't up to Zeos's, fucking grandeur, that I could just stick there and be like, you know what does it sound like in this thing? So if you have a clue for that, please tell me. Patreon and Subscribe Star. Help me buy a hammock and give me a reason to lay in it and film a review. Available in the description or as pinned comment. $5 a month lets you see reviews early. Participate in the yard sale. This was loaned to me, so I'm not putting this in the yard sale. And even if I bought them, I probably would just keep them. These would be a on the wall headphone. Or if you'll notice, there's no like gold planers and there's no hems over there because those live in my office where I use them constantly. This might be a constantly used headphone because I just don't. A lot of times when I'm listening to stuff, I don't care. I know that sounds weird, but see, it's my job to come down here and care. And when I'm not at my desk, I don't want to have to care. I still want quality. I'm not a fucking psychopath. I'm not going to go, ha, 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 beats. But I just want sometimes, just don't bother me headphone. And these are perfect for that. So yeah, $5 a month, see reviews early, participate in yard sales. $10 a month, get into the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat, which is where I think the man who sent me these is from. Great guy. That's great. Sent me these and they want me to make go sleepy sleep. So you pet it like a cat. $10 chat is available. You can ask me any questions you want in there. Don't try to ask me on platform. I don't get around to it. It's just over 100 questions in like a month. And I can answer like 3 a day, and then it's just that I stop. So I'm going to push these to the side. And that's Best Girl from How Many Barbells Can You Lift? Don't ask for the sticker. I don't think it was AliExpress. No, wait. No, I don't know where that was from. Anyway. Oh, sound demo for these in the description. And then don't forget to check out Hi-Fi Guides and the Hi-Fi Guides forum. Those 2 things exist. We're going to have a discussion on these. See, I have a feeling a lot of people are going to get these headphones. They're like, these are terrible. They don't deliver me the detail that I expect for my money. No, man, it's not the point. People who complain about headphones for the same, like they just have this one image of what a headphone should do. You got to lighten the fuck up, man. Headphones are more snowflake than snowflakes are snowflakes. And you got to figure out sometimes what the intended purpose of that headphone is. Maybe it's not to listen to music in the absolute highest fidelity. Maybe it's not what the point is. Maybe it's just enough fidelity and to let you fucking sleep with them on. That's perfect. And to look fucking spectacular while doing so. So yeah, I'm done. You're done. We're done. I'll see you tomorrow for the sound demo. And yeah. Sleep.